Defrost, cold pack walk-in coolers and freezers.
General safety information. Installation, maintenance, and servicing are to be performed only by trained and qualified personnel familiar with commercial walk-in products. Ensure that all field wiring conforms to the equipment requirements and all applicable local and national codes. Disconnect all power sources before servicing the unit. Sheet metal and coil surfaces have sharp edges. Use appropriate protective gloves to prevent injury. Use appropriate eye protection during installation and servicing.
Why walk-ins need defrost cycles? It eliminates excessive ice accumulation, which can cause the system to operate less efficiently. It can cause restricted airflow, risk high temperatures inside the compartment, and risk damage to the equipment. It's only needed when enough frost accumulation impedes airflow through the coil. Types of defrost. Air defrost is time initiated, time terminated, 30 to 45 minute durations, solenoid coil de-energized, uses fans or air defrost to thaw coil. As of January 1st, 2017, no timer is needed for air defrost. The temperature control has the ability to initiate and control the defrost. Electric defrost. Timer is required, is time initiated, temperature terminated, usually 30 to 45 minute durations. Expect termination around 15 to 25 minutes. Fans, thermostat, and solenoid de-energize. Electric heaters thaw the coil. Demand defrost. Low temp and medium temp applications. No timer is required. Is demand initiated. Temperature terminated. Continually measures, monitors, and manages frost. When efficiency is reduced due to excess frost, the Arctic Fox will initiate an on-demand defrost. Defrost components. For air defrost, timer, either 115 volt or 230 volt, and a thermostat. Electric defrost, 230 volt defrost time clock, 230 or 460 volt heaters. Defrost termination fan delay switch, closes at 55 degrees and opens at 30 degrees. Fan delay, if individual 2-wire, closes at 35 and opens at 45 degrees. Heater safety switch, closes at 55 degrees, opens at 75 degrees. Defrost operation, air defrost cycle. When cycle begins, switch 3 to 4 opens in the timer, breaking the circuit to the temperature control and liquid line solenoid valve. The compressor pumps down and shuts off. Note, the evaporator fans continue to run during the defrost cycle. At the end of the defrost duration, switch contacts 3 and 4 close, energizing the temperature control circuit. Suction pressure rises, the low pressure control closes, and the compressor starts. The system operates in the refrigeration cycle until another defrost cycle is initiated by the timer. Electric defrost cycle. When cycle begins, switch 2 to 4 opens in the timer, breaking the circuit to the thermostat, liquid line solenoid, and evaporator motors. The compressor pumps down and turns off. Simultaneously, switch 1 to 3 closes in the timer, energizing the defrost heaters. The coil warms to approximately 55 degrees. The defrost termination closes and energizes the switching solenoid in the timer. At this time, switch 1 to 3 in the timer opens, terminating the defrost heaters. Simultaneously, switch 2 to 4 closes in the time clock, energizing the temperature control circuit. Suction pressure rises, the low pressure control closes, and the compressor starts. The fan relay closes when the coil temperature reaches approximately 30 degrees Fahrenheit. This energizes the fan motors. The system operates in the refrigeration cycle until another defrost cycle is initiated by the timer. Defrost settings. Air defrost. For older models with a defrost clock, each pin represents 15 minutes, usually 30 to 45 minute durations, 2 to 4 cycles within a 24-hour period, and it starts automatically at predetermined times. Adjust cycles as required. Newer models will have a temperature control to operate the defrost cycles. Default, 4 cycles in a 24-hour period for 30-minute each duration. Starts automatically at predetermined times. Adjust cycles as required. Electric defrost. Each pin represents 15 minutes, usually 30 to 45 minute durations, 2 to 4 cycles in a 24-hour period. Time initiated and temperature terminated. Expect termination around 15 to 25 minutes. Starts automatically at predetermined times. Adjust cycles as required. The temperature control display will be blank during defrost. Note, the temperature control does not control defrost. Troubleshooting defrost. Verify single-phase voltage at timer. Terminals 1 and N. 208 or 230 should be present. N terminal is common leg and timer switches the other single-phase leg, terminal 1, between terminals 4 and 3. Manually advance timer into defrost. Did the timer go into defrost? If so, the red light should illuminate on timer. Correct voltage should be present between terminals N and 3. If not, inspect timer and termination switch. You can remove the wire from the X terminal on the clock and then advance it in defrost. If timer goes into defrost, replace the termination switch. If not, replace the time clock. Timer is in defrost but heaters aren't energizing. Verify proper voltage at evaporator terminal board. If present at timer, it should be present at the evaporator coil terminal board. If not, voltage drop is in between the two. Heater safety should be closed. If open, replace heater safety. Compare amp draw to ratings on evaporator data tag. Replace heaters if necessary. Excessive defrost. Flash steaming usually is a result of too many defrost or too long of a defrost. Minimum frost on the fins. Heaters melt the frost too quickly. The water formed will turn into steam. Steam rises and condenses on any cold surface, usually sealing and shelving surrounding the coil. Evaluate defrost controls. Adjust defrost as necessary. This is a result of excessive defrost. Another result of excessive defrost. After the freezer has been in normal use for 3 or 4 days, it should be checked to see if any adjustments need to be made. The unfortunate reality is that the amount of frost to be removed varies widely from location to location. Due to the variation in cooling loads, the humidity of infiltrating air, and other sources of moisture introduced into the walk-in, the amount of defrost times will vary as well and may need to be adjusted. You can visit our website for more installation videos at www.colpack.com or call 1-800-225-9916 for more information.